Enterprise News headlines. I am Angela Akpan. The Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed, has expressed worry over the rising level of Nigeria's debt. According to her, the country is now back on worrying levels of debt after the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo got Nigeria out of debt through the former Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She said the UN and International Monetary Fund must have better conversation on the demands of growing economy, seeking ways to make growth better inclusive. Nigerian traders has held the decision of the Nigerian government to disburse the sum of 10,000 naira to each of them. The disbursement is part of the current administration drive to empower over 2 million petty traders across the country through a commercial loan scheme tagged Trade Money. According to the traders, the funds will enable the government to empower small businesses that could not access finance from the conventional banks. The executive director of MSMEs Bank of Industry, Toyin Adeniji, said the bank was collaborating with the federal government to empower small traders. In Africa, Kenya's central bank on Wednesday said it had fined 5 commercial banks a total of 392.5 million shillings in connection with the theft of funds at the National Youth Agency. The 5 banks are Standard Chartered Kenya, Equity Bank, Diamond Trust Bank, Cooperative Bank, and KBC Group. According to the central bank, all the banks had received a total of more than 3 billion shillings from the National Youth Agency on behalf of their customers. The central bank said it had discussed its findings with all 5 banks and they had pledged to ensure compliance with all laws in the future and to draw up plans for sealing gaps that were identified. Still on the African continent, 2 Chinese financial institutions have provided $850 million in financial facilities to the African Export-Import Bank to ensure the African Trade Finance Bank can expand its support to African businesses. The Afrexim Bank president, Professor Benedict Orama, said the bank had signed an agreement for a $500 million facility with the China Development Bank and a $350 million facility with the Bank of China. Report reveals China Development Bank facility is to help support trade-enabling infrastructure projects across Africa, while the $350 million from Bank of China is targeted at direct bank-to-bank loans, participation in syndicated loans, and trade finance. However, the terms of Memorandum of Understanding highlights that the institutions will collaborate in the identification of co-financing and co-identification of investment opportunities. And on the foreign scene, China has confirmed it welcomed an invitation by the United States to hold a new round of trade talks. This happens as Washington prepares to further escalate the U.S.-China trade war with tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese goods. The Trump administration had invited Chinese officials to restart trade talks. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Zheng Shuang said China had received the invitation and welcomed it, adding that 2 countries were in discussions about the details. Moving down to sports, the Premier League and Coca-Cola Great Britain have announced a 3.5-year partnership starting in January 2019. The deal, estimated to be worth around £10 million a season, is Coca-Cola Great Britain's largest ever sponsorship agreement and represents the first time the company will activate across multiple brands within its portfolio. The contract is built around the Premier League's intellectual property and gives the brand access to player imagery, match footage, and Premier League marks. The company has said it will look to enhance the fan experience through physical and digital activations, including a nationwide Premier League trophy tour. And that's it on Enterprise News headlines for today. For more news, updates, special reports, and shows, you can visit our website www.enterprisetv.tv. Our social media platforms are always there for your own information in the world of business. I am Angela Akpan. Many thanks for watching.